Not offensive foul. He tripped on his own. He tripped on his own feet.
Can I play devil's advocate for a second?
Go ahead.
I think Zach might have grabbed his knee and helped him trip. You think or no?
Oh, he just punched.
Yeah, he did. Embiid.
Oh, wow. He just punched.
That was like Mike Tyson's punch out.
Oh, my goodness. He just punched. He
got
mad. He got mad and just, I don't think he did it on purpose. He was upset with not getting the call and swung his fist, and he hit Lonzo. Watch.
I mean, he was a whirlwind, right? He was just out of control. Yeah, he did.
Oh, wow. I'll tell you what, no one ever accused Lonzo not being able to take a punch, because that might have been like some Rudy Tomjanovich thing right there. That could have been ugly. Watch. Boom. Wow.
Yeah, he just got broadsided.
Wow.
Now the officials are going to talk it over.
Wow. Well, that's definitely a flagrant foul right there. You can't do that.
It's got to be, right?
Come on, you can't do that. There should be no discussion on that. Even if it was an accident, that could have been devastating.
The previous play is being reviewed.
Wow. They just showed it. They just showed it on the big screen. I mean, you got to control your emotions, because you got to remember, Embiid's got to remember, he didn't do this on purpose. He was just frustrated because he thought it was a foul. Wow. Well, if he would have connected this a half an inch lower, eye, nose, that could have been really, really ugly.
Absolutely.
And I understand he was frustrated about the call, and he didn't do that on purpose. He's not a dirty player. He was just frustrated. Watch here. He thought right here, look, I'm being fouled. Man, call that. And then he swings back, and there's Zoe coming in. But you can't do that, though. You can't do that. Because first of all, Jason, you got too many people that are on the floor. Too many people on the floor, whether it be an official, your own teammate, or the opposition. You can't be doing nothing like that. That's dangerous.
I was going to say, too, credit to Lonzo Ball for just taking it and not turning it into a big old thing.
Well, I tell you what, I mean, he's just lucky he didn't get seriously hurt there. That could have been really, really ugly, you know. But give Zoe credit, though, because the reaction that he had, most guys would have just ran right into that punch.
Yep.
He literally kind of ducked out the way, turned his head just at the last second. I tell you what, though, he's got good vision. He might have been a good boxer, because he could have countered.
Well, I was going to say, we just checked with our friends at CompuBox, and Lonzo does lead in round 3 against Embiid. He won 10-9 in the first 2 rounds.
I'll tell you what, Embiid's a big guy, too. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's 7 feet, 280 pounds, that's bringing a lot of force behind that. Look. He's like, man, hey, man, I wasn't trying to do it on purpose. I was just upset about the call. But you can't do that. DeRozan's probably saying, hey, man, you can't do that. There's too many guys on the floor.
Yeah, I don't care what you meant to do.
Yeah.
You can't be swinging like that.
You can't be swinging like that, because there's too many guys on the floor. Because you had the ball on the post, there could have been a double team, because that's where Zoe was coming. Zoe was coming on the double team, and then that's when it happened.
That's a perfect example of how rules are supposed to deter people from doing things. If you're in the league office, you watch that play, you do not want that available regardless of intent, right?
No.
You don't want people doing that. You don't want to incentivize people doing that.
Listen, I mean, you go back to, again, when Kermit Washington hit Rudy Tomjanovich. Now, that was a fight. That was something totally different. But that could have been a situation that could have resulted in the same thing that happened to Rudy Tomjanovich, but it wasn't a fight. It was incidental, and it was frustration on Embiid's part. But you can't swing like that, man. You could have hit anybody, your own teammate.
Yep. Because you don't know. I mean, you just don't know. You're wildly swinging. So the original call on the floor is technical foul against Embiid.
And again, give Zoe credit. I mean, you know, he took it like a champ, man. I mean, he walked right into that and kind of hit him in the head, but he took it like a champ. But if they're consistent with the way they call technical fouls, it's a technical. Now they got to determine, is it 1 or 2? And Embiid's still pleading his case. He's like, hey, I didn't mean to do it.
But we all know that. I mean, that's not new information for anybody watching. He didn't mean to do it, but if you take a swing like that, there's going to be some crackdown.
Oh, yeah. That was a reckless play.
That's it.
That's a reckless play.
It's funny you say that's exactly the word I was just about to use as well. And if you're that reckless, there should be some comeuppance within the rules for that.
Because what happens if that connects and you shatter his face?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and then now he's out for the year, you know.
And the call should be based on the result.
After reviewing the play, the technical foul stands as called.
Doc Rivers just said, can we do some layups now, warm up?
Well,
it's been a while. So it is a technical foul. It's on Embiid.
You see, good sport right there telling me I didn't mean to do that. It was an accident. You just, you know, my fault, man. Good sportsmanship between Embiid. Because he's not that type of player.
Well, he's not. I'm glad you said that, too. He's not a villain here.
No,
he
he's
just
not
got
a villain.
caught up in it.
Yeah, he's an emotional player. You know, he sometimes his emotions boil over, and that was one of those cases. It's just lucky that it didn't go south, you know, where you hurt a person with that. Or knock Zoe out, falls on his head. I mean, a lot of things.